11 minutes after 8 o'clock. And welcome to Island Tea. I'm all my lonesome today. we got Kortensia and Jay Black off today. So I'm all on my lonesome. It's a hump day. It's Wednesday, November 20. And so I'm going to be calling on everyone to work with me, interact, communicate, opine, and all those things that make for a great morning show. All right, saying special good morning to all the listeners. Kay, good morning. And let's see what's going on. Let's see what's going on over in the chat. Let's see who's in there waiting impatiently. Okay, we don't have anyone in there yet, but good morning to you all the same. I'm sure you're going to join me. Don't forget the numbers are 466-0989-662-0989. All right, and let me see. So it's been a very eventful few days. We had Sugar Mass Awards on the weekend, and we've also had Calyso tent. We have Carnival heating up and all that. And speaking of Calyso tents, maybe I should let you guys hear what's going on, because that's actually one of the highlights of this weekend, I guess, or whenever it is, because I didn't actually catch the date. But yeah, we just got a new ad for the Proud Sound tent. That's a tent that's where the Calypsonians are accompanied by the Grandmasters. All right, so they're having another big tent this week. So saying special good morning to Gwyneth Samuel, and she is I can see she's rearing and ready to go. Okay, I also am gonna be sharing Dwyer Astafan's new commentary with you guys. His commentaries usually they're usually street on Wednesdays, and we got a new one, and I'm gonna be breaking that off for you guys as soon as I can find it. I pretty much. Oh yeah, okay, I got it. Okay, so yeah, so I was telling you guys about the Calypso tent and all that. That's the Proud Sound tent, and we're also going to be looking forward to some actual joint tents. They're going to be joint tents at some point where both bands, the Legends and the Proud Sound tent, will actually be performing together. We're just awaiting confirmation of those. Those are always fun. And saying special good morning to all the Calypsonians. I actually spoke to Big Lice a while ago, and I was trying to get him to come on. He said he doesn't really want to be doing the radio right now, so no Big Lice. And all the people that were supposed to come this morning couldn't make it today. So I'm not talking about my hosts. I'm just talking about guests that we were planning for today. John Francis will be in on Friday at 9 o'clock, where we're going to do the very popular La Amiga lore. And one of the things that he's going to be touching on Friday is let me see. He will be touching on old time carnival and so on, and some of that history. And all of the other great La Amiga and Uli lore that he brings to bear when he's on the show. All the jaw-dropping, intriguing stuff that's buried in our history that sometimes we don't always know about, right? So we can look forward to that. Okay, so let me see if we can hear what's going on with Proud Sounds. Proud Sound 10, not Proud Sounds, Proud Sound. Okay, Proud Sound 10. Let's see if we can get that going. Okay, let's see what's going on with them this time.
Calypso fans! As a result of the overwhelming support for the Grandmaster's Proud Sound Calypso 10 for Sugar Mass 53, MC Short Pants has requested that round 3 of the Calypso tent be dedicated to the Calypso pundits and well-wishers for the giveaway price of just $10. Tickets available right now at the BCA on Central Street and Liquor Boat in Old Road. So don't blame anyone for missing this steal of a deal. But patrons without ticket will pay $30 at the gate. So pick up your tickets now. And remember, this Calypso tent may be the very last one before eliminations, which begins on Friday 29th. So this coming Thursday 21st from 7 p.m. check out the Spratnet for Calypso. Queen Independent singing Jackie and Kibi will be ever present, along with King Astro, Isosa, Big Lois, King Hollywood, Polo, Tarek Juicy, Lord Matt, Watch Your Back, Fantastic Thunder, Mighty Kinter, Izo Kamal, Persuader, Lionfish, Navigator, Honesty, Green Tea, Freddy, Godfrey, Goldfinger Wire, and more. The MC Short Pants say you don't have to beg or borrow, for the ticket price is solo, no apology. This coming Thursday, 7 p.m. Calyso, Proud Sound Calyso, live and lively at the Spratnet. Don't you miss it!
Darling, I won't clean your home, 'cause you made this mess alone.
Yeah, so okay, so now we know you gotta go pick up your tickets at Warren Brashow's place. If you don't have a ticket, you pay $30. I kind of like that. That kind of forces your hands. If you want to save money. Sorry about that. So I was saying, if you want to save money, you have to buy a ticket. So I'm kind of liking that. Now, we've been seeing some stuff in the news concerning Philip Martinez and so on. You know, the whole MSR drama and all that. So, but I'm gonna leave it to Dwyer Stefan to explain. So here we go with Dwyer's brand new commentary. Okay, let's see. This is very strange. This was just playing. Why is it not playing now? Very, very strange. Okay, here we go. Okay, so let's figure out what's going on with this. In the meantime, let's just chat. I don't understand why this is not playing all of a sudden. It was just playing during the commercial break, and now all of a sudden it's not playing. But anyways, we've been seeing, you know, the continual developments about Philip Martinez in the news and so on. And I think Dwyer Stefan is someone in the know. So we will hear from him.
Let me ask you this question.
This is very strange. This is very, very strange. Okay, so it plays when it's not plugged in, which I don't understand. Okay, so okay, so I'm gonna have to try. I have to figure out what's going on. All of a sudden, this thing is not playing. It's been playing the whole time, and now it's not playing. But anyways, so we've been hearing about Philip Martinez and so on, and you know, all of the courtroom drama and so on. So yeah, saying the cartoon drama and so on concerning Philip Martinez and MSR and all of that stuff. Yeah, so Philip Martinez, and he has been I guess kind of a thorn in the side of maybe certain people, as far as the things he's been saying in court and so on. All right, so okay, I'm trying to set something up here. Just having all sorts of things that were working right before I went live decide not to work now. It's very strange. Anyway, so yeah, we're talking about Philip Martinez. I was trying to get Dwyer Estefan's commentary to play. I don't know why it's not playing. This is very strange to me. So we're gonna have Farm Report at 9 o'clock. Hopefully, Troy Flanders should be showing up for that, we look forward again to hear from Troy. Sorry, having some trouble with my throat here. I don't know what's going on. Anyway, so it would be nice if I could get some. It would be nice if I would hear from the people in the chat. People can feel free to call me, 466-0989 and 662-0989. Okay, now here it is. This is very strange. Dwyer Estefan's commentary is playing, but it's not plugged in. I plug it in and it stops playing. I don't understand that. That makes no sense to me. Okay. Okay, so it doesn't seem like we're going to be able to hear that because I don't understand why all of a sudden. Okay, let's try something here. Okay, folks. Okay, here's what we're gonna do. Let's take a quick break and come back. I'm really trying to get this stuff sorted out. I really don't understand what's going on here. It's very strange.
WINN is 98.9. 98.9 is Win FM.
The joy of giving comes with rewarding you with cash prizes from our regional pot of over US $100,000. Simply apply for a personal loan, auto loan, land loan, or mortgage from CIBC Caribbean. Once approved, you may be entered for a chance to be one of 3 lucky winners in your country. Each winner will pull a card with a surprise cash prize of US $1,500, US $2,500, or US $5,000 cash. Visit CIBCFCIB.com/joy of giving. CIBC Caribbean terms and conditions apply.
TVC Financial Services. We're here for you to help you make your dreams come true. Whether your needs are big or small, we'll support you with them all. TVC Financial Services. We are strong. TVC Financial Services. This is where you belong.
TDC Financial Services, where money is made easy.
Calypso Fins! As a result of the overwhelming support for the Grandmaster's Proud Sound Calypso tent for Sugar Mass 53, MC Short Pants has requested that round 3 of the Calypso tent be dedicated to the Calypso pundits and well-wishers for the giveaway price of just $10. Tickets available right now at the BCA on Central Street and Liquor Boat in Old Road. So don't blame anyone for missing this steal of a deal. But patrons without ticket will pay $30 at the gate. so pick up your tickets now. And remember, this Calypso tent may be the very last one before eliminations, which begins on Friday 29th. So, this coming Thursday 21st from 7 p.m., check out the Spratnet for Calypso. Queen Independent singing Jackie and Kibi will be ever present, along with King Astro, Isosa, Big Lois, King Hollywood, Polo, Tarek Juicy, Lord Matt, Watch Your Back, Fantastic Thunder, Mighty Kinter, Isa Kamal, Persuader, Lionfish, Navigator, Honesty, Green Tea, Freddy, Godfrey, Goldfinger Wire, and more. The MC Short Pants say you don't have to beg or borrow, for the ticket price is solo, no apology. This coming Thursday, 7 p.m. Calyso, Proud Sound Calyso, live and lively at the Spratnet. Don't you miss it!
Darling, I won't clean your home, 'cause you made this mess alone.
Okay, I think I finally sorted out the Dwyer thing. Or maybe I shouldn't. Maybe I shouldn't say anything until it starts playing, right? But here we go. Let's try this.
Greetings. Mr. Philip Martinez of MSR Media gave a podcast 2 nights ago, and in it he made some very bold statements. He called names, and he invited those who might be aggrieved at what he said to sue him. His basic argument was that his efforts to participate in our CBI program had been unfairly frustrated, and that his investigations had exposed a lot of corruption in both the St. Kitts Nevis and St. Lucia CBIs. Those of you who have been reading my writings and listening to my commentaries over the years will know that I have on a regular basis expressed my concern about a number of things in our CBI. And I've expressed particular concern about Galaxy and the dominant role that it has played, and to a lesser extent other Chinese-owned companies have played in St. Kitts and Nevis and in the sub-region. I've expressed the opinion that the actions of these companies are part of a geopolitical strategy by the government of China to exert critical influence over the affairs of these countries without having to fire one shot in anger. As long ago as 2006, with governments in the region allowing these mom and pop Chinese businesses to come into our economic space, thereby displacing our own mom and pop small businesses, and in the process facilitating the China expansionist strategy. China government, of course, sponsoring these migrants, reducing population stresses, social stresses, economic stresses, and political stresses within China itself, and also in the process expanding the Chinese economic and population footprint globally. A brilliant strategy for them, but not for you. Unless, of course, you were one of the anointed, the chosen few, who could pick up $800,000 US dollars, or 2 million, or 4 million, or even 8 million, or even 27 million. Were you one of those? What have you gotten? These people should never have been allowed to come into our economic space like that. Strict conditions, strict management should always have been the order of the day. Never was though. And the Douglas administration, of which I was a member, and subsequently the Harris administration, must take the bulk of the blame for what has happened. And after the mom and pop shops and supermarkets came the CBI developers from China. With specific regard to the Galaxy project, Mr. Martinez states that he has evidence that none of the 5,500 applicants paid the required minimum investment as set by law, which is $175,000 US dollars. Mr. Martinez's local lawyers have presented some of that evidence in the judicial review case that is presently before the court and to be heard in March of 2025. Meanwhile, in that same case, the government lawyers have admitted that the government does not know how much the applicants paid. Indeed, I'm told that when asked by the judge in that same case, "Are you telling me that the only evidence is that there was underselling?" One of the government's lawyers answered yes. Maybe the government's lawyers and the government believe that the minister has a discretion to sign off on certificates of registration and grant citizenships, even with the underselling taking place. If he were able to do that under the law, he'd be transforming something from being illegal to being legal, just like Jesus transforming water into wine. Time will tell whether that is an argument that they will push and how that argument will fare before the court. So Mr. Martinez says that the minimum was not paid, that the government did not prove to itself that the minimum was paid, and that without being satisfied that the full amount under law was not paid, the Prime Minister should not have and could not have under the law signed the certificates of registration, maybe over 20,000 of them, counting spouses and dependents. The government's argument, on the other hand, seems to be that it was okay for the PM to sign those CORs and to issue citizenship to these 20,000 plus persons, unless, even after the fact, it can be proven that the full amount had not been paid. In other words, more specifically in my words, sign now and then verify later. If my read of this is correct, then their position is nonsensical with respect. Because if the minister has the discretionary power to turn an illegal application into a legal one, then why are we wasting time saying that the DPP is now involved? Let it go, leave it so. And let me explain why these citizenships were, if Mr. Martinez is correct, illegal. Under the relevant law, only persons who pass the due diligence test and who have paid the fees set out in law, both the government fees and the minimum investment fees, only those people are eligible to apply. Nobody else. You can't benefit from an illegal transaction and still get through. And the minister, I cannot see how anybody could successfully argue that the minister can transform illegality into legality. So from the very start, this matter cannot reach the point where that discretion of the minister comes into play. It would be horrific if a court would accept such an argument. And the law will not smile upon them if they adopt the approach of grant and then inquire. Let me ask you this. Is it wise for you to allow any animal to enter your chicken coop without first confirming that it is a chicken? What happens if you find out after the fact that the animal that you let in was a fox? How many chickens do you think will be left after you come to your senses? And another analogy, do you think St. Peter would let you into heaven before fully checking you out, you and your record? I'm sure you get the point. And it does not help the government's position that its principal legal advisor has stated that the Galaxy jail thing was a good scam. If that was his opinion, then why did his administration not act in accordance with it? You can't embrace a good scam. You can't countenance a good scam or a bad scam or any scam at all. You distance yourself from it and you punish as a government. So if that was his opinion, why did his administration not act in accordance with it? And if he changed his opinion, which of course he's entitled to do, the obvious question would be, why? Ladies and gentlemen, with respect, not personal animus. I'm just trying to make the case here for us to observe the truth and be fair. This situation makes one wonder if it is not the best thing in the interest of all concerned for Mr. Garth Wilkin to resign from the post of Attorney General. A mistake was made in the first place. The certificates of registration should never have been signed, either by Harris or Drew. This is a ridiculous arrangement that has now led to a catastrophic situation. Yes, the DPP has initiated the process of investigating, but how long will it take his office to check through those over 20,000 citizenships? And after all of that time has elapsed, the foxes will have already taken over the chicken coop. The situation can be fixed while the DPP does his thing. As I've proposed, give these people 90 days to prove that they've paid the full amount. I doubt any can. And if they haven't paid the balance within that 90 days, to the government. If they do that, they can retain their citizenships. If not, bad news for them. In addition to having the citizenships revoked and the passports deactivated, there are other consequences that they could face. And also this is the only way that you, the people, will be able to get some of this big money that has been lost to you thus far. And we will never collect a penny from Galaxy unless we have the cooperation of certain powerful foreign countries, not including China in this matter. I wish upon all of us peace, reason, and commitment to truth. Meanwhile, can we expect governmental authorities overseas to get involved in investigating these things? What a journey we are about to embark upon. What a journey. And I am all for cleansing of the nation. Thank you, and God bless us all.
And that's why I asked a fan on the Philip Martinez issue and some other issues. So it would be nice if we got some comments and calls on this situation. Still haven't heard from my caller, my commenters, I should say. Saying good morning to Gwyneth, Cleo, and Mr. Levinstone. Okay, so that's Dwight telling us about the Philip Martinez podcast that has been causing a bit of a stir. So what I'm going to do is, it's 8:37, so I'm going to take the quick break and come back. And then we can, of course, we can open the phone lines and you guys can weigh in.
We're different. We're 98.9. 98.9. Win FM.
What gift gives you joy?
An investment in land. That's joy to my future.
Finance your land with CIBC Caribbean and we'll gift you up to US $500 towards valuation fees, no loan application fee, and up to 15 years to repay. Plus, we'll also give you the chance to win one of 3 cash prizes in your country from our regional pot of over US $100,000. Visit CIBCFCIB.com/joy of giving for more information. Terms and conditions apply.
Chip, chip, chip. We wanna get chip, chip, chip.
Give your little smartie the perfect smart start for their future with CHIP, the child investment plan from TVC Financial Services. Invest in your child's next step, and we know what's next is always changing.
Chip, chip, chip. We wanna get chip, chip, chip.
CHIP is a long-term plan with no minimum deposit, no monthly commitment, and you're guaranteed a special high interest rate per annum.
I want chip. I want chip too.
Visit TDC Financial Services today and get CHIP, the child investment plan, providing the best head start for every child.
Chip, chip, chip. We wanna get chip, chip, chip.
Things not going well. Calypso fans! As a result of the overwhelming support for the Grandmaster's Proud Sound Calypso tent for Sugar Mass 53, MC Short Pants has requested that round 3 of the Calypso tent be dedicated to the Calypso pundits and well-wishers for the giveaway price of just $10. Tickets available right now at the BCA on Central Street and Liquor Boat in Old Road. So don't blame anyone for missing this steal of a deal. But patrons without ticket will pay $30 at the gate. So pick up your tickets now. And remember, this Calypso tent may be the very last one before eliminations, which begins on Friday 29th. So this coming Thursday 21st from 7 p.m. check out the Spratnet for Calypso. Queen Independent singing Jackie and Kibi will be ever present, along with King Astro, Isosa, Big Lois, King Hollywood, Polo, Tarek Juicy, Lord Matt, Watch Your Back, Fantastic Thunder, Mighty Kinta, Izzer Kamal, Persuader, Lionfish, Navigator, Honesty, Green Tea, Freddy, Godfrey, Goldfinger Wire, and more. The MC Short Pants say you don't have to beg or borrow, for the ticket price is solo, no apology. This coming Thursday, 7 p.m. Calyso, Proud Sound Calyso, live and lively at the Spratnet. Don't you miss it!
Darling, I won't clean your home, 'cause you made this mess alone.
Okay, so we're back and we got some phone calls coming in. I don't understand why people keep calling during the commercial break. When I want calls, they're not calling. And then I go to the commercial break, and then they start breaking the phones down. Call or go right ahead.
Good morning,
Yeah,
Jamsta.
Miss Henry, why do you call during the commercial break? I'm just playing. Go ahead. How you doing?
Are you giving God thanks for the rain again? You know, so I give God thanks praying for Grenada. You hear about Grenada with some landslide and things like that? Was on your news this morning in St. David. So my prayers go to the people of Grenada, Trinidad, all the other countries, and we need to prepare ourselves. Now, last evening, someone called me and played for me the post on MSR owner Facebook. And I was just listening to the end part of what Mr. Astaphan was saying. And I asked myself the question, whose interest are they looking out for? Whose interest are they looking out for? Because there are other ways of getting to the people who they say have committed corruption without trying to destroy the country. And I am sure that Mr. Astaphan is aware of it, that the end product of it would be terrible for our people, the ordinary people we talk about. They are the ones who are going to suffer. Not him, not MSI who get our whole hotel, who got millions from poor Nevis, leave Nevis in debt, and trying to blackmail, to me pure blackmail, because he said, oh, he expected Mr. Drew to call him. Excuse me? And Dr. Douglas came and so he took off his name. What is that? You want to see Chinese investment go to Jamaica? Why not Jamaica? Why you haven't attacked Jamaica?
Yeah, but why should
What
he?
about Barbados?
Yeah, but why would he attack Jamaica? I mean, he lives in St. Kitts. He's a Kittian. What's wrong with?
No. You must, if you are talking about because the American and the Chinese debate or discussion, why not talk about Barbados? Why not talk about Antigua and the other? This thing, you see, we got to look at the objective, you know, not the action. What is the objective? The action look plausible. You might say even righteous. But what is the end product? Who is going to suffer? Who is going to suffer? They have ways of means, you know.
So you're
of
saying
getting back.
no? So you're saying that he shouldn't say anything? No one should come in?
No. If you listen to the man, the MSR man, you're
Oh,
right?
you're talking. Who are you talking about? Dwyer or Mr. Martinez?
Both of them.
Okay.
Both of them. He's now calling upon the AG to resign. Isn't he the same one? Weren't they all in it?
Okay.
I mean, really, what would be the effect? I'm saying it's bad enough now. You see, politicians are, we talk to investors. They like this word investors. A lot more going to get set up. A lot more. So the man who got killed in Antigua the other day, I said, Michael, set up. Dr. Timothy Henry, escape. A lot more of them. Or, talking to the big investor. A lot of them setting you up. Our people are too naive. We have no negotiating skills. Because here's a man who sucked the country. He made 10 films. How many did he give to Nevis? None. I mean, the poor Nevis economy finances enterprise. And then he making films. And yet them ever make it to the Grammy or whatever. I mean, we don't think. And you want to stop internal strife. We are already loser. He could have given the dividend could have been $1,500 US. Now we're down to 200 and something million. And he's offering threat. He expected. Dr. Jonas was stupid. He could intimidate Dr. Douglas because he know what he know. And Timothy Harris. This is why we need to live righteous life. You see, when we do us, it is only us who are suffer, you know. The whole nation, that's why when the wicked rule, the people mourn. And when the righteous rule, the people are happy. Because we're the most unhappy people now. This man is acting as judge and jury. And he has no principle. If he had any, he would never have do what he do to Nevis. He believe Nevis ended up with massive debt that they can't pay. Massive debt that they cannot pay.
What I don't understand is why do our politicians constantly fall for these tricks?
They don't learn.
And at the same time you have nationals who want pittances to start businesses, and they give them a hard time, and they give people millions, and then I do not understand it.
They don't learn. I remember before the election they got investors. They're not investors, exploiters. Because now these 200,000, 400 houses, exploiters.
Okay, Miss Henry, I want to take another call. You can call back. Caller, go right ahead.
Morning,
Hi, morning. What's up? Mm-hmm.
No, you said exactly what I was going to say. The thing is, right, what Miss Henry is saying, but you cannot, when you look at it, whose fault is all that? And the greedy politicians, they are crooked. They're the one who put the country in all of this mess. Because when the man is saying that, right, that he warned you that this Chinese lady, Ying Jing, that she was a Chinese agent. Now, she was the boss of the Caribbean agency that handled this money. And he warned her that she was an agent. But did he heed that warning? He knew. So like Judy didn't know she was an agent. He knew, but yet they walk with her. She was nicely seated with the West Sinkits team at the United thing, right? Nicely. I remember when she was there and everybody wanted to know what was this Chinese woman doing there with them. So is this the government? They put the country in a lot of mess because they are crooked. You see, the thing is, all they want, they're out for themselves. They're just out to get themselves rich. And the thing, like Miss Henry said, Dr. Douglas went, look me, this thing about selling, imagine you're selling this, they were selling the passport for under $100,000. You think those in charge didn't know how much they were selling the passport for? That's why they could never come out and give the country a full report on how much money they really make for these passports and how much passport was sell.
Okay, I'm trying.
The citizens have to be begging for information.
Yeah, I'm trying. Let's take another call. You can call back. Let's take another call. Okay, that caller. I guess I missed that call. You know, I am really really trying to bite my tongue on this stuff, because I would say some very very unkind things, and they would take me off the radio. But I'll let you guys say. Go ahead, caller.
Yes. Good morning, Jamsta.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Answer to your question, or the caller's question, as to how we could allow this thing to happen. It reminds me of a comment made by a local business person, who said, the CBI has made us greedy, lazy, and corrupt. And we wonder if the cleansing that Dwyer wishes for could ever happen. You know, have we reached the critical mass or tipping point where it's now out of our control? It has been taken out of our hands by powerful influences, whether in the U.S., the EU, or China. Okay? And we don't have anyone else to blame but ourselves. Okay? Because from its inception in 1984, the CBI has been plagued by secrecy. Every opposition would call it a slush fund, You know that those claims go way back, right? Because it's been operated as such, and successive administrations, including the present one, have always said they're going to be open and transparent and accountable with it, and it never ever happens. Okay, and you know, this should have been, if we had cleaned it up very early in the administration, if we had come out and said exactly what was happening, I don't think we would have been here, right? I didn't like the look of Martinez. I think he's a citizen, I don't know. But I didn't like the look of him calling the Prime Minister of St. Kitts and Nevis a liar, right? And I didn't like...
But wait,
Huh?
let me pull you up on that. What is this weird thing in our culture, like calling someone a liar is like... I mean, liar, killer, thief, jaywalker, and they all...
No, they're not all the same.
No. But what's this weird bugaboo about calling someone a liar if they're a liar?
Call someone a liar,
I don't understand
it
that.
means they're untrustworthy. You can't trust them.
So isn't that a descriptor that might fit the situation?
Sure, it's an adjective, yeah.
I don't understand. No, and I'm not. I'm just being general. I just found it. I grew up with grandparents who's like, don't call someone a liar. I'm like, but it's just a word. It's a descriptive word.
Jamsta,
huh?
right? You remember in the States when
And-
on the House floor, somebody jump up and say, tell Obama you lie or something like that?
Yeah.
What a big deal it was. Anywhere in the world.
Well, it was a big deal
calling
because
somebody a liar is a big deal.
it was a big deal because Obama was not lying. It's not about him calling Obama. It's not like
it was the whole decorum
it's not
of
like
it
he
that
was.
people-
It's not like he was sacrilegious to call him.
Disrespectful.
Is this
Right?
no? But if the person is a liar,
particular
no.
case.
But if the person is a liar, I'm talking in general. If the person is a liar, why can't you call him a liar? I don't understand that.
Well, okay. If he
Oh my
is,
God!
yeah.
If they're objectively a liar, why
If he
can't you
is,
call him a liar?
yes. If he is, yes.
That makes no
but
sense.
It still makes it really. It's not something that you would want the Prime Minister of your country.
I
to be
don't
known
agree.
as- known
I
as.
don't agree. If the prime minister is a liar, he's a liar.
If he's a liar, he's
If
a liar.
he's a liar, he's a
Okay,
liar.
well,
Why
let's
can't
do
it be
this.
said? I do not
okay,
understand this. This is
let
this
us
fake.
call him a liar
What is
then,
this
not-
fake?
not
It's
a
like
foreign-
this fake decorum and ascribe. I mean, this is not. What's sacrilegious about calling a liar a liar? I don't understand it.
Let us call him a liar, not some foreign guy outside coming in who's.
Well, you could look at it this
we
way,
don't know.
but you could look at it this way. At least one liar knows another, right?
Anyway, the other thing I don't like is that, you know, we don't know exactly what his agenda is, and the mere fact that apparently he's come to some kind of, I don't know if it's settlement or understanding or what, with one prime minister, okay, sounds like, as Mrs. Henry suggested, some kind of blackmail is in this, right? And you may argue and say blackmail is blackmail too, right? But the fact is, all those things, the lies, the blackmail, and all of that is bad for our country's reputation, okay? And our leaders, including, you know, and it's virtually all of them. That is the bad thing about it, right? From Brantley, who used public money to finance the guy's operation, help finance the guy's operation in Nevis.
Mm-hmm.
That itself should have been a wake-up call, right? And then come right down to all the facilitating the man, okay? This is, and now he come back to bite the whole country. It ain't just individuals anymore. Is the whole country going to suffer for this? And we should not just sit back and take it like that, right? Do I call for Garrett's resignation? Really, if we had a more democratic jurisdiction than we have, of course he would have resigned. And not he alone, other people too. Because this seems as if it's going to do irreparable harm to our country, right? That is not what we vote our leaders to put it into office for, to look after the interests of themselves, the friends and the cronies and selected people. It's supposed to look after everybody, right? And this obviously is a case where we, the ordinary people, are going to be losing out because of their actions and inactions, right? Sins of omission and commission. And like I said, I don't know how we get this cleaned up, but somehow it has to be.
Yeah, wow.
All right.
Yeah, okay. Okay, and we have some comments here. They don't want to be called a liar because once a liar, the word says you're a thief. Oh, I'm not even going that far. I'm just dealing with, I wouldn't even go that far. I'll just say, my thing is, if I say that dog has 4 legs, I mean, what's wrong with saying the dog has 4 legs? What's, it's probably a bad analogy, but anyway. And someone says maybe it would be a kinder, gentler to say he's a stranger to the truth. The same thing. So I like economy of words. Why can't I just say someone is a liar? Why do I have to say stranger to the truth? That's all of 4 words, and I can just say one. I'm just playing. Anyway, caller, go right ahead. Hey, what's up?
I'm listening to the comments, and I'm getting a sense that persons are literally looking at the great saviors to come in from the U.S. because they seem as though they're looking for an outside entity to come in to regulate St. And that shouldn't be. That shouldn't even be a thought process. We need to regulate ourselves. And as the previous caller would have said in previous comments, if these persons are not doing what they're supposed to, we have a system of voting out and putting somebody else in, and then put somebody else in if they're not doing what they're supposed to. And I think that should be something that we need to be looking into more closely as to the candidates that are placed there.
Mm-hmm.
Right. I heard a bit of what was.
Okay,
what
caller, hurry up. We have another caller coming in, and we have Farm Report. Go ahead. Yeah.
Okay, I heard a bit of what the gentleman would have said in his comments, and if it is true, I only have one question, which is, the CBI is supposed to be a St. Kitts Nevis thing, so how could he make the statement that he was promised 45%? Does that sound correct to you, or fit?
Roughly correct, yeah. Yeah.
My friend. Politics. Oh my God.
Okay. Okay, let's squeeze in another call before. Caller, go ahead. Let's be quick. We got Farm Report coming up in 2 minutes. Go ahead. That doesn't mean you have 2 minutes.
Yeah, good morning, man. Real quickly, Jamsta.
What's up?
This whole mess with MSR is totally disappointing. Our leaders don't have no integrity. Our leaders, they all corrupted. All of these players with the situation here, they are very, very corrupted. The end result is the people is going to suffer, and the country is going to suffer. On the international scene, they're going to blacklist St. Kitts and Nevis. We don't have no tangible stuff from all of that money these guys collected. We can't see our roads down. St. Kitts and Nevis is so small, and the amount of money that they raked into basket, bro. St. Kitts and Nevis should be in tip-top shape. No doubt about that. We should be like Dubai, bro. Saudi Arabia. You know what I'm saying? The people that is too naive. You guys are sitting back too much. Remember now, this is the people's money. This money came in from the sale of our national asset. Like Matt Mahan said, the moment that we see Martin took $150,000, and I think that was in U.S., and paid for these guys' lodging, that was the people's money. That money came from the people's purse. And to see that this guy owned a hotel in St. Kitts and is demanding so much money from the government and stuff like that, You know, this stuff is absurd. It's out of control.
Okay. We
Look
gotta.
at what we're
Okay.
hearing.
We gotta leave it there though. It's 9 o'clock.
One last.
Yeah,
Okay,
but
let's leave it there. We'll come back later. Thanks.
Okay,
Thank you.
sure.
No,
Okay.
thanks. Yeah,
All
thank
right,
you.
great.
Yeah, thanks.
Okay, we have farm report coming up next. We will continue the conversation. Certainly seems interesting. We have Troy and Esmond. They're here for farm report. Let's take a quick break and come back.
We're different. We're 98.9. 98.9. Win FM.
I ain't got no hurricane safety tips now. Well, Skellek got, and together we can weather the storm. So, check this. Prepare for power outages. Charge devices before a storm strikes. Develop a plan in the event that electricity goes. Learn where and how to shut off your home's electricity. Ensure that there are no trees in the lines near you. If you are experiencing low voltage, turn off the main switch in your home. Do not touch wet appliances. You feel only Nima can give safety tips? Well, Skellek can too. So be sure to stay tuned to Skellek's Facebook page and website for updates about the outages and restoration. For emergencies, our contact numbers are 465-2013, 661-2013, and 600. I repeat, 465-2013, 661-2013, and 600. Remember, with Skellek's hurricane safety tips, together we can weather the storm.
Everybody beware, you better prepare. Disaster can happen anytime, anywhere. Everybody beware, you better prepare. Disaster can happen anytime.
There are basic steps you can take to prepare for hurricane season. When seeking public shelter, pet owners should make plans to ensure your pet's safety. Emergency shelters cannot accept them due to safety and sanitation requirements. For tips on how to secure your pets, please contact the National Emergency Management Agency at 466-5100 or by visiting NEMA.kn. From danger to safety, NEMA's there for you. I am Jamelia Henry.
Everybody beware, you better prepare. Disaster can happen anytime, anywhere.
And it's time for Farm Report. 3 minutes after 9 o'clock, we've got two of the bigger heads of the consortium. We got Esmond and Troy. Good morning, guys. What's up?
Good morning.
Okay.
Morning to all listeners. I am honored to have in the studio with me Mr. Esmond Henderson. As I say,
that means you're honored a lot then.
Yeah. You said two of the bigger heads, but I am far down on the food chain, so I have one of the big heads with me. This morning, I just want to shed a little light. I encourage our listeners to buy local, check the agriculture department, the packing house, the marketing unit for anything that they need to purchase locally. Yeah, they are normally offer a good rate, so you get something going. This morning I just want to keep in touch the farming community with all this rain that is falling, and I know that most farmers right now probably feeling the effect of the rains that are falling. In my instance, I've been getting rain for over a month now, so that will probably set me back almost 2 months in terms of land preparation and other things. So I know other farmers are in similar position. So,
Esmond, could you weigh in a little bit on how the rain has been affecting you?
Well, I think Troy said it.
Okay.
You know,
It's so funny how we've had drought and now we're complaining about rain. It's It's funny how that works.
Well, I'm not complaining. I'm just
but you know what I mean.
I'm just stating the fact because I mean, for those farmers who have root crops and so, this probably might be good for them.
Trees.
Yes.
Crops.
Yeah, and tree crops and so. It's probably be good for them.
Okay.
But like somebody like Esman who plants a lot of tomato, I sure every morning he get up and he watch his sky and say, Father, send some sun for me. So that's how it is.
And similarly, I have had clothes on the lines since Sunday. Can't take them out. Seriously.
Yeah, that's how we go. Esman, to introduce yourself to the listeners. And
I'm just here this morning. Thank you again for having me. To support the main speaker this morning in whatever way. I listened to the program last week. I enjoyed the program. And so one of the things I don't want to happen from the consortium standpoint is that, Mr. Flanders be seen as out here alone. We have chosen him as the mouthpiece of the consortium, so to speak, the PRO. But every now and then, what we have decided is that we are going to pop in every now and then to support him and support the cause of the consortium. So that's mainly why I'm here this morning, to show my support in what he's articulated.
Thank you. I don't know how serious most people look at the agricultural sector, because I mean, you didn't see much news item about the agriculture sector going around. And that's the reason why when I come here, week after week, I ask the media to do some research and educate the population with what's going on in the sector. And to date, I didn't see much of that happening, but things are not going the way it should be going. And not only the weather is a challenge to the farming community, but there are other challenges that we are facing. Some of the challenges is man-made, some we could avoid, and we still got to face them. Look at the situation right now. I mean, I hate on the street that there might be a new director of agriculture. I don't know if it's true. Nobody said nothing to the consortium. No memo, nothing was passed. But it seems like it's something that is happening.
I know they did have a lady acting for a while, so...
Yes, but
someone else is going to be taking the
From what
post?
I'm hearing,
okay,
that her post she might no longer hold that post.
Okay.
From what I'm hearing. And if that is true, that to me, I find that to be very insulting, that if she's there to serve the farming community and you are going to replace her, you ain't come to the farming community and say nothing. That is very insulting. I'm not even talking about the consortium, but the body, the whole general body of the farming community should have known something if what I'm hearing is true. To me, that is insulting. And these are the things that we have to deal with. If you look at it over the past couple of years, we have maybe about, this will make me 4 directors also in a short space of time.
Mm-hmm.
You see? So you can't get no stability or anything.
But is it though? Is it that I hear you and I understand what you're saying, but could it be, hypothetically, that the government has abandoned us? Could that be? Because I don't think that you're not heard. Could it be that we are written off as a voting bloc? Could it be that the government itself has weighed us, looked at us, looked at the division among us, and decided that they could proceed without us? And should we allow that kind of systematic understanding to be had among the government, that they are able to look at the black and decide to write us off, knowing that they still might be able to carry on their agenda without us? Because it can't be that you're not heard after so many. I listened to the program last week, and I heard one of your caller to touch on the investigative journal. He's asking, why is nobody coming forth to peddle the stories? And you said something some time ago that nobody has ever told you that you were lying.
That's a fact.
Right? Neither through this media house or any other media house, that you were lying. So it means that if the government continues along the path without heeding what you're saying, I think it's time for us to begin to do some introspection. I think that we are written off. I think that the government is saying, from the analysis and from all the data that has been collected, if you don't take the farming block serious, you could still contest an election and win. And that is something I want our farmers to take seriously. I want our farmers to begin to look at the view, how the government view us, you know? And I know that we're a diverse group, very diverse in our affiliation politically, you know, demographically and everything like that. But at some point, we are going to have to pull ourselves together if we are going to survive. We're going to have to pull ourselves together. And I think this is what I want to convey to our farmers. We are going to have to pull ourselves together and begin to demand as a bloc, as a people. Right now, I saw in the UK, the farmers there are asking the government to repeal a piece of legislation. Yeah. That doesn't mean that some may not support the government in other areas. But I'm saying when things become detrimental to you, you have to begin to become a formal bloc to be able to withstand what is happening to us. And I think that that's the clarion call going forward of the consortium. We are going to have to formalize ourselves as a bloc to be able to stop the onslaught of what is happening to us.
Well, I think how you put it, when you start the conversation, is a bit scary, because if you're telling me that you believe the administration already written us off, that's scary. That is very scary, because if we cannot apply our trade properly, which means that we will be unable to provide food for the population. So that means it was said that it's cheaper to import than
And so no, because you're taking me back to what I was hearing you said last week. The administration believes, or let me back. Those who are advising the administration believe that it's cheaper for us to import food into this country. And it might be so. But as it pertains to personal development and enhancing your population, how could you abandon 600 people, farmers, for importation? What does that say about the innovative spirit of the people, that we were not able to come up with solutions to be able to produce competitively enough to stay alive? If you give in to the fact that food could come from North America cheaper than what can be produced here, knowing that there's systems around the imports like subsidies, transportation subsidies and things like that, you're saying that you're not willing to even try to bring us up to that level to be able to produce and compete. You just abandon the 600 farmers because it's cheaper to import. So I'm saying at this point, I don't believe that the government is interested in the conversation that you're having. And so we are going to have to choose, as a farming bloc, our next move, right? We're going to have to choose our next move.
You sound like you're speaking doom and gloom for us.
It sometimes feel that way.
Yeah.
Because and I know there are some farmers who have the opinion that, you could leave the government on an individual basis and do well. Yeah. And that is true. Mm-hmm. But collectively, as a country, you have not seen industries who abandon the government. And like we were saying sometime the last time I was here, who benefit from this type of internal wrangling? And sometimes it feels to me like our leaders are plants. They were planned to disrupt what might have been a smooth and cohesive relationship between the people and the government, because you cannot progress in a competitive environment without your government. You cannot. You could do well individually because you might be a little more innovative than your competitors. But in terms of competing on a global scale, an international scale, is all hands on deck. You must be taken seriously by your government. And the government doesn't simply mean the now administration or the one before. These have to be ongoing policies to uplift the people, to make sure the people are put in a position to succeed.
There must be continuity.
Right? Continuity. Yeah. It doesn't stop with, and that's something that we see here. You spend $10 million bulldoze an area, and the next government spend $10 million to close the holes that the bulldozer make. And so we're small island like ours, get $20 million just to push dirt back and forth, just because two set of individual from two different sect is having loggerhead. And the people suffer. The people suffer, and I'm saying this, as you talk about the gloom and doom, there's nothing could doom a people more than antagonistic relationship between you and your government, because somebody is benefiting. If the farming community and the government does not mend fences, it is beneficial to somebody. Who it is beneficial to? What are the benefits? They are able to capitalize on our collective weakness. And hence, we're not going to be able to be productive and competitive.
But I think, as you're saying, the role of the government should be able to lift any sector to the full potential.
Right.
Allow people to grow and encourage growth in every sector. Because, it might be a bit short-sighted to say that it's cheaper to import than to grow. But you're probably selling yourself short, because if you choose to grow, you might be able to contribute to another maybe 100 to 200 new jobs.
Right. But I think our leaders now are so elite in their thinking that they're not looking for conversation or even the opinion of the common man. And you could hear it. Look at, for example, we've asked for a policy development and shift in the agriculture sector. Without changing one policy, the government input $3.2 million. and I'm saying this because I have been listening. A guy goes to the hospital and he says, I went to outpatient and I spent 4 hours there and I had to leave. And the next day the Prime Minister is on the radio and he's saying, we're building a smart hospital. Tone deaf to the fact that a man said he spent 5 hours in a patient and didn't get any care in a present hospital. And so you recognize that, again I say, I don't know what education has done to us, but it has put us in a position of hearing but not listening. We hear you, we're so busy eating, we're so busy moving, we hear you, but we weren't listening. And so you have us here. The thing that we have asked for from the beginning, from the very inception of our conversation, we have said we wanted to be integrated into the conversation making at the department. Nothing tangible, no monies, no inputs, just let us help to make the decision. And so, to me, the government has assumed that just by taking office, they're knowledgeable enough without the input of the farming community, of the practitioners.
Speaking of which, the whole Tabasco thing. So it seems as though they're going down the road of SSMC 2.0. Can you guys say that with any certainty? I mean, is that what's going on?
When you come on Tabasco,
because I mean, you just talked about not involving the farmers.
Yeah.
I mean, I would have thought that with a deal like this, right? But it seems as though they're adopting the model that they use.
But do we know what the deal entails?
Well, we don't know, but I mean, based on what we're seeing,
we see something about Tabasco. Mm-hmm. How much money will be coming from the treasury to deal with the Tabasco project? Who gonna carry it out? We ain't see that. Nobody know nothing about it. It was just a photo post about people planting pepper seed for this Tabasco project.
The project was launched.
And nobody have no.
Somebody know. You don't know, but somebody know.
Okay, but who?
But you don't know.
But
doesn't
who,
mean. But that's
who
the
know?
point. And you know. I mean, when I look at because I saw the post. When I look at the Prime Minister there, and in time past, I did give him a pass because I understand the political makeup of and for a while I believe that the rank and file really wanted to destroy the Prime Minister, and the common man at that point came to his defense and gave him a mandate. I believe the Prime Minister had received a mandate from the people, not from the elites, because a part of the party's rank and file wanted to destroy him. And so when I look at him there, I said, in my view, and this is my view, and not the official view of the consortium, because I know we have diverse thinkers in the consortium. I said, the Prime Minister to me has closed the book with the mandate that he was given by the people and has taken up the book, the old book, dust it off, and begin to propagandize his way. Because, again, I go back to say, here is a project that, if it's done right, could lift all of our farmers out of poverty. You're talking about Tabasco. a global hot pepper producer. And your farmers are not aware of what's happening. We have been abandoned. Your farmers are not aware. I listened to the program last week and the caller who called in. What is secretive about a global pepper company wanting to do business with a small island like St. Kitts with limited resources and limited land? I look at Roland Mills, one of our leading farmer. Keithley Armstrong, our leading farmer. Luther Clark, good acreage, and none of them are aware of what is happening. And so even if it wasn't the consortium, as Troy was saying, because in their view, we might be at loggerhead. And you could have pointed to some of our more progressive farmers that they were involved. You could cry for involvement, but this is a case where even at the department level, I called to find out what was happening. Nobody know.
Nobody up there.
Nobody up there know.
I'm just
well, I mean, I said they don't know. They know it was launched, but the details, nobody could give details as to what is happening, when it would happen, and who are going to be participating.
So let me get this straight. The people, some of these people you spoke to in the Department of Agriculture don't know anything.
They have little knowledge.
Just basic knowledge. The project was launched. We're looking to do this and this. We were told no formal setting. And I'm saying, how did our Prime Minister become a propagandist? To put himself in a position like that without consultation and consulting with the farming community.
You have a comment here. What about the Tabasco project? Who is involved? What deals have been made? What is the country going to benefit from it? It seems like it's personal. It's a personal deal between the government and the company. And then someone else here says, I never understood that foolishness that it is cheaper to import than to equip the farmers with the tools they need so we can be self-sufficient. I never understood that mess. And imported food is very unhealthy and toxic. European countries don't allow food from America to be exported into their countries. Our food, this is presumably someone who lives in the UK. Our food grown by farmers, even with the chemicals, are far better for our health. I understand one supermarket is now selling watermelons that taste like rubber. How much more can we take? But that last comment, I mean, is mirroring the question to guys.
That's why I'm saying
you guys
we feel so abandoned. And to add, to what is happening now, as Troy was saying, the weather has been like this for over a month. No cultivation, no planting, and I still want to encourage our farmers to hold strain because it's almost like that around the globe. In Spain, in Central and South America, in Asia, I see thousands of hectares underwater. And so it's not unique to us. But whatever you can do, now prepare yourself. If you can't do outdoor work, get your seeds sown, keep them in a protected area. If you have errands to make, go in town, get your stuff so that whenever the weather becomes conducive again, you won't have to be doing things that could have been done now. Because this is just how it is. And I was listening to an article some time ago, and the farmer was saying, it's just a unique set of people. We don't, profit in our work is not the driving force for us. We need money to operate, and we do make money sometimes, and we're happy when we do. And that is why farming belongs to farmers and not businessmen. And very often people say, you all are not business-like enough. But if we become business-like, we can't farm. If we put economic in farming the way it is placed in other business. We can't farm because nobody would tolerate the kind of losses and go back and go back and go back just for a good day in a year. And so you must have that kind of heart. You must have that kind of commitment. And that commitment cannot be profit driven.
I feel you.
And that is why we're saying, with all that we are going through, I was saying to try, my farm is neighboring one of the larger farmers in St. Kitts, Calvin Percival. And I was looking at the area. 2 days, the rain had subsided for, and he's a distractor plowing. And I laugh. I say, look at us. He's not even sure of if the weather subside permanently. But the eagerness to go back to work is so in us that, he just gone right back to cultivate. And so say, here it is again, we are having another week of rain. And so we are special people, and I don't say these things so that you become sorry for us. At all. Do not be sorry for us, but support us whenever you can, because we really do need the support of the community to keep going.
Well, this man, I might say something that will be very controversial, because listening to you talk about the Tabasco situation, if there isn't any buy-in for the farmers, I think the farmers need to take a stand.
I agree.
And they shouldn't give up 1 inch of farmland for a project which they are not going to benefit from.
Right.
I mean, maybe I'm saying it and it might come out to be that I'm inciting something, but
I agree. Wholeheartedly.
If it's an agricultural project.
I'm actually really surprised because even the coffee industry, most of it is farmers who grow the beans and as opposed to the agriculture department in the respective country just basically doing the SSMC thing, which is basically
but these are well consulted projects.
The SSMC NACO model. It seems as though is what they're.
But we know what happened to SSMC and NACO. Today we ain't cutting no cane. So which means if you start up this, eventually you end up the same way, without any one farmer benefited from anything. Right. And if you run it through the farmers, as I must say, because of the nature of farmers, when they start to face losses, because the farm that is within, they're going to come back and keep coming back and keep coming back. And they actually might just see the project through.
Right.
So these are things that they need to revisit.
You're saying revisit, but I'm saying, how much more? What more do you need to see? What more do you need to see to be convinced that, like Jamsta raised the issue, what more? If this is such an international kind of global project and the government has chosen not to consult with you, what more do you need to see? What more do you need to hear?
I believe in redemption.
I agree.
Give them a chance to redeem themselves. And we could beg for the last time.
But this is
eventually
total disrespect.
They should. If they have deaf ears, well, they ain't gonna hear what we're saying. And I believe, as you're saying, maybe they don't turn off their ears from us, right?
Must be.
So, but it's not only the Tabasco thing, You're talking about general agriculture. Here's a situation that you might have to be dealing with a new director. Legal farmers know that, right? You look at the ministry as a whole. You see senior people in the ministry are either sideline or leave, right? Mm-hmm. If you look at the makeup of the ministry right now, it is a skeleton of what it used to be in.
I mean, would you guys characterize this as? I mean, you talked about this is not the Tabasco thing. That's a recent development, but it's sort of like insult to injury. Wouldn't you agree?
Right? Yeah.
I mean, you have the general problem, and then you're
doing this thing.
I can't speak to the director because I don't really know, and I don't really like to speak to things that I don't understand, right? But when you look at the way the directors have been changed over the years, they have been the scapegoat mostly for the failures of the department. Because if what is happening, and again I said if, because I don't know.
Yeah.
And you're going to move the director, it simply means that you're not looking at the problem.
But that's
if the director is the biggest problem in the ministry at this point, it simply means that the government is blinded to the problem.
That's why I'm calling on the media, the other arm of government, to do their research and report to the people.
But you're in a media house. Why are you calling in the media?
I'm downstairs, so maybe my echo upstairs.
You're in a media house. You're in a media house.
But there's a news group, and so maybe you might echo upstairs.
Media house.
But once again,
the media,
it's amazing how times fly when you settle down. So I guess we're out of time. Once again, I want to thank Win FM for the opportunity, and I am asking Win FM to take a lead and doing the research and investigative journalists, and be out there for the people. Because a lot of people listen to Win FM and they depend on Win FM to give them accurate news, and Win FM has built on that. So I am asking them to take lead and thanks again for the time.
Okay, guys. So hope to hear from you guys next week and see. I mean, hopefully you guys will find out some more. We will try our best on this end, but in a sense, you guys have the ear.
Put me back on.
No, I was saying, we will try our best on this end to see what we can find out. But hopefully, you guys could find out some more information, because at least you know the farmers, and farmers know people, and
until the philosophy that whole one race superior and another inferior.
Esmond, please go out by studio. Okay, that's far report for at least these guys have a sense of humor.
Found the South 98.9.
Fruta full of vitamin thing. Real fruit juice, not full of vitamin. Pop open the goodness, just dive in. Fruta every night, fruta every morning.
It's the amazing taste and quality in fruit juice you've come to know and love. Anytime, anywhere, any occasion. Fruta is your tastier, better, healthier choice.
We got the vibes, fruta. Real nice, fruta.
And for the families, remember to pick up the 1 liter.
Magnum, my brand. Everybody put your Magnum in the air now. From you a drink Magnum, make me see. Take charge of things now your place now. From the river to the beach to the street. Hot Magnum when me have in a me hand there. Here a sipper, she tell me sweet. Look for me watch for your quick time check. Yeah. Right now a Magnum a for your beat. Enjoy yourself every day of the week with a Magnum. My life I forget sweeter. Must be 18 years and older to drink. Drink responsibly.
Everybody beware, you better prepare. Disaster can happen anytime, anywhere. Everybody beware, you better prepare. Disaster can happen anytime.
No one can predict disaster. I am Jamelia Henry with some tips for minimizing risk when disaster strikes. Always keep a first aid kit and manual on hand. Keep prescription medicines and special medical supplies for up to 1 week at home. Baby food and prepared formula, diapers, and other baby provisions should be in good supply and kept in a dry, clean space. The first defense against disaster for your family is preparedness. Contact NEMO at 466-5100 for information or visit nema.kn. From danger to safety, NEMA's your candle in the dark.
Everybody beware, you better prepare. Disaster can happen anytime, anywhere. Everybody beware, you better prepare.
I am. It's already born and raised. Oh, oh. It's already born and raised. Oh, oh, oh. Beaming with escape, pride and win and the myth for nobody. Camilla Worry from Kittishan Division representing totally. I place my hand across my heart and pledge allegiance to the flag. Oh, land of beauty, we are peace about. Give thanks for everything we have. Ooh, SKN forever. Ooh, me not think there's no place better. Ooh, SKN forever. Ooh, me not think there's no place better. TVC is so nice and saying it's sweet now. And I'm in love with this island life. You are talk only for. This is my home, and I love it so till. This is my home, and I love it for real. Gossa, home sweet home, it's excellent. I going always represent. Sing this song as a testament. In a SKN, be well confident. Paradise on my location. Me live where everybody want vacation. Make your flags them high in celebration. And show some love to the federation. Ooh, ooh, SKN nice and movie. Ooh, ooh, where I live is like a movie. Ooh, ooh, SKN nice and movie. Ooh, ooh, my island like a movie. TVC is so nice and saying it's sweet now. And I'm in love with this island life. You are talk only for. This is my home, and I love it so till. This is my home, and I love it for real. Let me say this already born and raised. Oh, oh. It's already born and raised. Oh, oh, oh. I am.
Hey, just giving you a little taste of Colin Wyatt, his soca remix of I Am SKN. It's hot new music for Sugar Mass 2024. And the numbers are 466-0989-662-0989. I just switched from the chats and all the comments are gone. So keep your chats coming. And just reminding you of the big Proud Sound tent happening at that's going to be down at Spratnet tomorrow, Thursday. And I think you got to go buy your tickets on at Warren Bradshaw. You get them for $10. If you pay at the door, you're going to have to pay $30. All right, so I think that's a great deal. I mean, look at it this way: you can spend your $10 on your ticket, right? You can go down to Spratnet and you can have dinner down there, right? Whereas if you show up at Spratnet without a ticket, you're gonna have to pay $30, and then you have to maybe add your drinks or your food on top of that. So save yourself some money. Go to Warren Bradshaw and get a ticket, $10, and then you head on down and you have all that other money freed up for drinks and maybe food. Maybe you can have a burger, maybe you can have a snapper, you know what I'm saying? And taking some sweet Calyso. So keep the calls coming. We got a call. Caller, go right ahead.
Yes, sir.
Hey, what's up?
Yeah, about an earlier caller who lamented the fact that we're looking for outside people to solve our problems, and that we should be really doing the regulating and making sure things go okay in our country. And I agree with him, okay? But the problem is that our current systems aren't working. That's the main problem, whether it's the systems or people who are operating the systems, who are managing the systems and not doing their work or whatever it is. But they're not working. Otherwise, things like these would not happen. Okay? And we let things just slide until they get out of hand. So, no public accounts committee, not functioning, and the government doesn't even seem to regard that as a problem. And the opposition, such as what it is, doesn't even clamor for it. And the Integrity Commission, after the initial photo ops and so on, they're operating just like government now. You get the photo op and so on, and once you get that and the PR, you think everything is okay. There has been no report, as far as I know, about compliance for this year. We don't know whether it's 20 or 50 or 90% compliance. We should know, right? You can't operate, and that's the whole, just like in the previous segment, where the farmers were complaining of not being consulted and so on. It's too much for a nation as small as ours. There is just too much secrecy. They operate in the little corners and the closed circles, and the public are supposed to accept that and shut up and keep quiet.
Yeah, that's
the problem.
Yeah.
Our systems aren't working.
I mean,
and
imagine calling Department of Agriculture and the people in the office know little about the Tabasco deal.
Exactly. I mean,
how is that possible?
How exactly? How is that possible? Right? You'd think that everybody in the department would be au fait with this, would know what's going on, right? At the very least, and if they don't know, pity us.
Exactly.
I don't know how you operate a government like that, boy. You got to get. If you operate a government like that, you could be assured of failure. You ain't gonna get the results you want because you're not gonna get buy-in, okay? And of course, there's another aspect of this. I listened to the Prime Minister basically saying it's a conspiracy theory of people trying to diss the government and all of that. If people don't criticize, how will you improve? If people don't voice their concerns, how could things be improved? Unless you feel that you're all wise and have all the answers. You've got to get feedback from people. You've got people too, right? And take the good stuff on board, right? You can't do it alone, right? And that's the impression I'm getting. There's everybody in their own little corner doing their own little thing, and with the hope that everything's going to turn out all right in the end. Well, maybe it would, maybe it will, maybe it won't. I don't know. But to me, it's not a good way to be running a government. And they should do some circumspection, reflection, look at what the agenda was going in, what the manifesto promises were, look at what clean up from day one that hasn't been done, They have to do these things, right? You can't go merrily along and in a cavalier fashion and think that everything is fine and dandy when it isn't, right? It's going to just fall back in your face. Even though I am suspicious of Martinez and his agenda, I must say that if it weren't for him, we would have been none the wiser about how the CBI was, the goings on in the CBI, right? I suspect that if it wasn't for him, if he didn't burst the bubble, that all those passports would have been signed and underselling was still happening and everything would probably still be happening. Okay? That's the impression
Yeah.
I'm getting.
I
Only because
had a
he
very
came out publicly.
Yeah, had a very sarcastic comment coming just now. You like this? Gwyneth Samuel says, "How dare you to advise people who are experts?"
Yeah. And speaking of sarcasm too, I that's another thing I didn't like about Martinez, the Martinez podcast. You know, did you notice how sarcastic he was? And
I actually didn't watch it, but
you didn't watch it?
No, didn't watch it.
He came over very sarcastic, and you know, he was basically mocking. That's what he was doing, mocking the Prime Minister and other, mocking our systems, and basically saying he don't have any confidence in our courts and those kinds of things. I didn't like that at all.
It's the arrogance with these people for me, and they come here, and trust me, they come here and they know how to work the white privilege for their benefit, and they always expect to be treated as something special because they think we're minnows who are gonna kowtow and you know, pay obeisance to everything they want, and you could see it in the way they behave.
Yeah,
I mean, I haven't watched it, but I could imagine the entitled ear that he gives off.
That's exactly it.
You know?
And you know that even without watching it?
Yeah, I haven't even seen it, but I know these people. I know how they behave. When you live among them, I mean, when you live among them, you get to know them a lot better than they would like, huh?
Yeah, but it isn't good. It doesn't. And you know, honestly, if this were a different time, with a different kind of prime minister, right? Man, he would have been persona non grata. You know, it has happened before when somebody came in here and said this pageant thing about our country, and then they put him on a plane and send him away. Okay, but this is in the Thatcher era, so it's not going to happen.
Or even the Richard Keynes era.
Grow spine and stand up to these people, man.
Even the Richard Keynes era, because you would have heard the stories that he related of basically packing people on a plane, basically, and telling them. I remember he related the story about someone who came here and wanted to do something to do with waste management. And he told him, and he said that they slipped an envelope across his desk, a fat envelope. Yeah, and he said, well, when you said your flight came in, the guy told, he said, well, make sure 4:00 meets you on another flight out of here, or we're gonna have a problem.
Exactly. That is what I'm talking about, right? Do you see any of our current leaders doing that these days? They're more likely, that's the terrible thing about it. They're more likely to take that envelope. You know? That's why I say they need to grow a spine and realize they're representing people. I guess, and you can represent a proud people like that.
Yeah.
You know? Do things. If you do things the correct way, I guarantee that you'll get reelected. Right? That's the whole point. There's no need for all this stuff.
But you get
do things the right way, and the people would appreciate your efforts and reelect you.
What do you make of this comment? Somebody said that Dr. Drew was part of the underselling. So what does that say about him? But then, I mean, that's a little unfair, no? Because they reduced the price of the passports at around it was around COVID, right? So maybe that's a little unfair to say. I mean, I would not have.
The thing is, and remember, Dr. Drew referred to that as he was set up. The thing is, once you know that it was happening, then what do? Continue it? Do something about it. That's the whole point. And that's what unfortunately, give credence to Martinez thing when he said he warned them, he told them, he was willing to give them evidence, and they didn't listen, right? Which, suggests that, well, as long as the money was coming in, What's there to worry about? And so, yes, he met a mess, but like I said, if the thing didn't explode, I suspect that things would have continued as with business as usual, right? And that's the unfortunate part about it. Now, they have no choice but to. It's going to be interesting to hear what he says. I think he has a round table this morning. What's going to be said about these things? Okay. I hope it's not more spin. By now, you should realize when he spins, it gets him in trouble. With like for instance, with the 8% double salary, 8% increase / double salary. So let's hope it's forthright. He comes straight out, give us the position, the clear position, and not try to spin things. Campaign season is over. As far as I know, it ain't coming back for another couple of years. And so right now is governing, and the people need to know the facts upright. How this is going to be affected, how the government is going to treat it, how ordinary people are going to be affected, and level with us. That's all we're calling for. You're not going to be perfect. You're going to make mistakes, right? But level with us and not try to bamboozle and spin stuff around us. I hate when politicians try to fool the people, and they do it too often. Yeah. All right.
Yes. Okay. Yeah. We have some comments here. Let me read the comments before we go. Let me see that. Boy. This is the exhausting part of doing this. The political nonsense. Just, Someone said it's sad that millions have disappeared. Government officials, past and present, are millionaires and have stolen millions. Why isn't anyone in jail? I'm just reading the comments, so no one come for me, please. Let's take this call. Caller, go right ahead.
Megan Jamsta.
Mm-hmm.
I have a question.
Mm-hmm.
When this thing about people are supposed to report to the integrity in public life and accusation of corruption and overseas accounts and so, did the Commission of Inquiry of Integrity, investigate it? Shouldn't they have done something? Their own investigation?
I'm going to treat that as a rhetorical question because I can't answer it, obviously.
Well, let it the way it is. But that is what I have been thinking. I say, they got the report, people file. You check the files. You hear accusation. You see what the one in Jamaica, the Prime Minister of Jamaica up to his neck. So I am saying, how will they do it? Those are the questions I have. That's it. All right then.
Okay, that's it for Miss Henry. Sorry about that. Just got a little distracted. Okay, I'm looking at these comments here. Comments are coming in thick and fast in the final remaining moments. Okay, I was hearing that the round table is cancelled. Okay. So the round table for today is postponed, apparently. Okay. So the comments, I wish you guys were doing this a lot earlier. You have all these comments coming in. I would have loved to read some of these. But okay, we got 1 minute left. Let's take it out with Small X. Here is the reigning power soca. Oh well, the reigning soca monarch.
From the time we step in the fest, everybody don't make this sweat. Tell them I don't have no regrets, because it's fat we come out to fat. We don't want a problem inside the mask. Come let me jump up and take your last. Inside the mask, we taking one from
We drinking